And now to what I did on my summer vacation. I know, I'm a little late with my report, but there's a reason. I had a week in August when I could go anywhere in the world and do anything. So naturally, I went to Malawi. Malawi is not a big vacation destination. It is one of the poorest countries in the world. The entire country is a high-risk malaria zone. HIV/AIDS has spread to 12% of Malawi's 15 million people. Life expectancy is 53 years. I went there because a few weeks earlier, a friend who created a charter school in my old neighborhood in Boston told me about her trip to Malawi. She visited schools there and asked teachers what they needed most. I guessed paper, pencils. No. The deprivation level in Malawi defies our untrained imaginations. You have to think even more elemental than paper and pencils. Where would the kids put the paper and pencils if they don't have desks? No desks. Not one. No desks for students or teachers in any of the schools my friend visited. This is what going to school in Malawi looks like. In most schools, the kids are sitting on dirt floors. In the better schools, they sit on cracked cement floors 7 hours a day. And the teachers stand on those floors for 7 hours a day. Every teacher says the same thing.
The school has no chairs.
We need chairs. They don't ask for desks and chairs. Desks would be great, but first, they just want to get those kids off the floor. Chairs are a dream to Malawi teachers, not an item on any reasonable wish list. Most Malawi teachers have never seen a desk or chair in a classroom. A teacher asking for chairs in Malawi is asking for too much. None of them expect to ever get chairs in their classrooms. But if you ask them what they need most, which very few people ever do, the first word they say is always chairs. The first 2 days of my week in Malawi, I visited schools and tried to find chairs. A typical Malawi classroom is about the size of a typical American classroom, but a typical Malawi classroom has about 90 students in it, literally falling all over each other as the day wears on. One first grade I visited has about 120 students and no classroom. They sit outside in the dirt. If they come back to school next year, they will get to see the inside of a classroom for second grade. But a lot of them won't come back next year because the conditions in the schools are so discouraging. None of the schools have electricity. Light comes from windows that are usually crude holes in the wall. Most classrooms don't have doors, but if they do, they are left open so some sunlight can come in. On the third day, I found a hardware store with a backroom woodworking shop. The owner, Moshin Musa, had a prototype of a student desk and chair and a teacher's desk and chair and was gearing up to make some for UNICEF, which has begun a program to rebuild and properly outfit Malawi schools. I told him I wanted to outfit one classroom this week. Could he make 30 student desks and one teacher's desk in 2 days? Moshin said no problem. He would just hire extra workers and put his little factory on 24-hour shifts. Moshin's desks are a brilliant design. Made to UNICEF's specifications of durable wood and steel, each one is designed to seat 2 children on this bench attached to the desk, $48 each. $24 per student. But in the overcrowded classroom that I was going to furnish, 3 kids could easily squeeze onto this little bench. Needless to say, obesity is not one of the perils of childhood in Malawi. At 3 kids per desk, for $16 per student, the price of a Manhattan movie ticket and popcorn, I was going to be able to get 90 kids off the floor. Sure, there are more important things to do in Africa. stop genocide in Darfur, get clean water supplies, fight AIDS. And better people than me are trying to do those things every day of their lives. Get some kids off the floor? Well, that's the best I could do. How important is it? Try sitting on a cement floor. You'll be uncomfortable in 10 minutes or less. Then you will be in pain. Your back, your hips, your bum. Now stay there for 7 hours. Now try doing that 5 days a week. And don't forget to read and write while you're sitting on that cement floor. And while you're at it, try to learn something, anything. A language maybe, something that requires real concentration. So how important is it to get chairs in a classroom in Malawi? Seemed important to me. Motion made good on his promise and delivered the desks on Friday morning to a school bubbling with anticipation. Victor Chinyama, a UNICEF official who helped me find the desk maker, told me what it was going to be like when the kids saw the desks.
I can tell you that a desk delivered at a school, that's Christmas for these kids. Christmas comes in December 25th and pretty much nothing happens in their lives. When a desk is delivered to them at a school, that is Christmas. You have made their day, you have made their year, you have made their lives.
Malawi is a musical country. Kids burst into song when they're happy. Motion brought some workers with him to unload the desks, but he didn't need to. The kids rushed the truck and did it themselves. And in the space of a few minutes, this classroom became this classroom.